Imagine a silent battlefield inside your own mind. On one side, a deep desire to be truly known and understood. On the other, a wave of anxiety the exact moment your phone lights up with a text message. You want the connection, but you ignore the notification. You imagine deep conversations, yet you find an excuse to cancel plans when they actually happen. This is one of the most agonizing paradoxes of modern psychology. Wanting someone to notice your silence, while actively building walls against anyone who tries to break it. You aren't antisocial, you are simply trapped in a sophisticated emotional survival loop. To understand this, we must look at the hedgehog's dilemma, described by Arthur Schopenhauer. Picture a group of hedgehogs on a freezing winter night. To survive, they crowd together for warmth, but as they get closer, their sharp quills prick one another. To avoid the pain, they pull apart, only to start freezing again. This dance continues until they find a calculated distance, a compromise between freezing alone and being wounded together. For the avoidant mind, every relationship feels like this freezing night. You fear being misunderstood far more than you fear loneliness. Your brain develops a heightened state of hypervigilance. You overanalyze every minor shift, a delayed reply, or a subtle change in body language. Vulnerability no longer feels like a bridge to intimacy. It feels like an exposed weakness. So, you choose the predictable safety of isolation. This armor usually develops during your formative years. If you grew up where your emotional needs were dismissed, your brain made a drastic decision. Relying on others is unsafe. As a result, you developed hyper-independence. This isn't just a personality trait, it is a trauma response. You built a core belief. If I never depend on anyone, no one can ever let me down. Now, when life gets heavy and people ask how you are, your mouth automatically utters a rehearsed, "I'm fine." Not because you are okay, but because relying on someone else feels deeply unnatural. You have become your own and only safe harbor. There is also a purely cognitive reason for this: sheer mental exhaustion. Highly observant minds do not merely experience a social gathering, they decode it. You catch the micro-expressions, the forced smiles, and the awkward pauses that others completely miss. This constant data collection creates a massive cognitive overload. When you return home, your social battery is completely drained. Small talk feels like a waste of vital energy. You don't hate people, you just hate the exhausting performance that modern socialization requires. Solitude becomes your only chance to turn off the machinery in your head and finally breathe. The tragic reality is that the people who avoid connection are often the ones who think about it the most. But because you were once deeply blindsided by betrayal or abandonment, your brain remains on high alert. You pull away the exact moment a relationship starts becoming real. You aren't running because you don't care. You are running because your mind is already mourning the loss before it even happens. You leave first so you don't get left behind. But isolation is a temporary shield, not a cure. Healing begins when you cross paths with individuals who do not demand a social performance. Minds that make your nervous system feel completely calm rather than anxious. Even the most independent Zihindler deserve a quiet sanctuary where they can finally lay down their armor and rest.